Hello. Hello, hello. It is Thursday. Yeah, it's Thursday. Let's go. All right. We're just gonna depart for adventure because I can. I know we're starting a lot later than I really would have liked to, but I mean, hey, we're here. We're going. We're at Yoshi Tropical Island. We have Peach, we got Wario, and DK today. Now, there's a method to my madness with our character selection here. We're gonna go... I mean, Yoshi's Tropical Island really doesn't take very long, honestly. So I think we'll be okay. We will be okay. Here comes the sun. Do-do-do-do. It's Yoshi's Tropical Adventure. I mean, it's still technically summer. Yes, it's September. Yes, fall things are starting. But, on a technicality, it is still summer. People don't think that the first half of September is still summer. Sometimes it is still hot as fuck outside. So, like today, here, the weather is supposed to be pretty hot today. So... yeah, there you go. So, yeah, it is still technically summer. So we can still go on this tropical adventure. So, yay. We did it. But hello, how is everyone doing? I am doing, it's a pretty normal day, really. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I did have to run to... Cool, great start. I did have to run to Dollar General, like, literally, like, right after I dropped off Riley, because I desperately needed a thing that I needed to get from Dollar General, because I ran out. Alright. I don't know what's up with the background here. I think it's just an emulator issue. It's supposed to be a stage. Oops. Yay. I got money. I really was trying to go for the hat. I was trying to go for the hat. But 5 coins is better than nothing. So I'll take it. But yeah, I ran out of nasal spray. And I have sinus issues out the wazoo. And nasal spray has helped me for literal years. So, and I ran out. And the thing is, when I went grocery shopping, I didn't get any more because I had just opened up a brand new bottle. And I'm like, it'll be fine. I literally just opened up a bottle. It'll last me until next week. And then everyone got sick. Sick/allergy issues, and everyone needed nasal spray, and mine was the only one available, so I shared mine, and then everyone, like, needed it all the time, so, yeah. So mine got used, way more than intended this week, and that's how I ran out. So that's what I needed to go to Dollar General for. So, hooray! Hooray for errands! And, like, that was, like, the best time to do it. I probably could have gotten ready a little earlier and just done that first. But, like, I live a hop, skip, and a jump away from Dollar General. So it's really not a big deal. So, and it's Mario Party. Mario Party 1 boards tend to not take very long in the grand scheme of things. So I think we're okay. We're okay. I'm burning hot. Why is that in my head? I don't know. Maybe because I said it's hot outside. Yeah, and it's like, you know, with like the seasons, everyone, oh, it's like, oh, September is fall. Well, yes, fall begins in September. Again, the beginning of September is still summer. A lot of people, especially the clothing industry. I know for holiday stuff, people have been putting out, ow, why does that hurt? Problems with my heel, and something needs to pop. and I'm like scared to pop it because it's in a spot where it normally really hurts to pop it, which is not a good. It is not a good. Ah, that is a very awkward spot for that to happen. Oh, and it's not really a cramp. It's like kind of in my Achilles. My Achilles. Ah! Ow! I'm in pain. Oh, I am in pain. I get these without even sitting on the floor. So it's not a product of me on the floor. It's just a product of my sitting habits in general, I think. So anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, like a lot of places are putting up Halloween stuff, which it's barely September, but again, they're always like 5 months ahead. They're always 5 months ahead. Let me adjust my mic. There we go. Yeah, we're always like 5 months ahead of whatever the next holiday is. Because it's like, oh, a lot of places around the area just started school. Great. Now, let's put up Halloween stuff immediately. And like Halloween stuff started going up last week before September even started. So this is what gets me. The stuff that I saw go up for Halloween is all the candy. And it's like, why okay, this is what, you know, blows my mind. Like, why would you put candy up first? Wouldn't you want to put like the costumes and like the makeup stuff, the wigs, the masks? Wouldn't you put that up first and not the candy? Like, oh shit. I got juked. Like, wouldn't you want to do that first and not candy? Because like, I feel like if you buy candy early, unless you're just like, all right, it's just gonna go in the freezer for like damn near 2 months, then what's the point of buying Halloween candy so early? Like, what's the point? That's what boggles me, you know? And it's like, I don't mind seeing Halloween stuff go up like mid-September, but like, seeing it go up like in August, I see people start thinking about Halloween right after the 4th of July. And I mean, I understand it, I get it, because, oh, that's rude. Making me do that. You know what? Yeah, we'll do it. I'll pay you a coin. Ow, that really hurt my ankle. Merry Christmas. Hello, Johnny. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, like people start posting about Halloween, start thinking about Halloween like right after 4th of July. And it's like, hello, 4th of July. I know Halloween is the next like big holiday. Right after 4th of July. Like, I know Labor Day, you know, but like Labor Day is just for like a fun a day off for most people. There are still people who have to work Labor Day, or people who work from home. Give me your money. Thank you. Good afternoon. I gotta take down my Labor Day decorations. I know, we gotta do that. Labor Day was just a few days ago. Gotta take down all our decorations. Although this Labor Day wasn't so bad because I finally got my s'mores. Finally got my s'mores on Labor Day when we went up there. Up to my husband's parents' house. And we got to have s'mores. And I was very excited. But yeah, like the next like, you know, big like decoration holiday is, you know, Halloween right after 4th of July. And it's like, ugh. It's Like, I don't want to think about Halloween until, like, at least midway through September. And then that's when we should, like, start thinking about, like, oh, Halloween costumes, what should we do? And I was trying to remember what the heck the kids' Halloween costumes were. I want to say it was Shadow the Hedgehog and Princess Peach were my kids' costumes last year. And at least Halloween is on a Friday this year. So that'll be nice. Halloween is really good for like a Friday or Saturday. Because like it feels like it's more incentive to stay up later. Dude, you played the quarry like 2 months ago. I know, crazy, right? I turned everyone into a werewolf. I turned everyone into a werewolf last time. It's crazy. I literally have no idea what I want to do for Halloween. Cause like, aside from the very first year, since 2 years ago, I've played some kind of spooky game for Halloween, or like, you know, around October, the last couple years. Cause I did, 2 years ago, I did Until Dawn, and I did a kind of a halfway challenge run. I tried to like save the cheerleader, save the world, but I goofed it by keeping Chris alive too long. Because, I was like, oh, it would be fun to just have everyone die in the house at the end, have them blow up. But, if you keep everyone alive and, the first chance you have to run to the switch, Chris automatically runs out. I gained 1 coin from that. Love it. So, yeah, I needed to kill Chris a long time ago. But later we had hit a sub goal, and I did get to do a, like, death percent run for Until Dawn, like, in January. I think it was, like, right before my Nuzlocke. Yeah, it was right before my Nuzlocke. So, short I've ever experienced. Time moves faster on Twitch. Honestly, it kind of does. It's crazy, because, like, I've been streaming for 3 years now, and streaming Monday through Friday. Yep, Monday through Friday for 3 years. Like, give or take some days and some weeks off, but, like, more often than not, Monday through Friday. You know, this is what I do with my time. Yay. So it's just crazy. Like, I more often than not, like, remember, like, the time period by, like, what game I played. Because, like, this time last year, I had either just finished Mario 64 or had, like, just started Sunshine. What's up, Bowser? So, Until Dawn remake? I mean, it's in the back of my mind. I'd have to buy it first. It's kind of where I've been stuck. Because, like, usually, because with the realization yesterday that I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna go beat Banjo-Tooie next stream. And I'm like, oh crap, I don't have anything planned. Because I thought I really thought I was gonna last a little bit longer for Tooie. I really did. And I'm like, oh no, because I haven't really begun to think about what game I wanted to play for, you know, Wednesday and Fridays. So I'm like, oh no, what do I do? So I don't have, like, anything planned. And it's like, I feel like I've played a lot of the games that I already own. Some even multiple times on stream. And there's games that I would love to play, but I don't have them yet. I would have to buy them. But it's like, I need money first, but it's like, when I do have money, I need to spend it on other things. Like, I have to pay for Allie's school lunches. Riley eats lunch at school, but with preschool, they're like, oh, the kids can eat free as long as everyone at least signs up for the free and reduced, meals even if you qualify, even if you don't qualify, which we don't, which is and it's like, okay, taxpayer dollars, right? We're gonna I don't tend to go political, but this is really, really, really important to me. You know, our tax dollars, you know, there are some things our tax dollars go to where I'm like, what the fuck are we even doing? But there is one thing that I would love for everyone's tax dollars to go to is school lunches for the kids. School lunches for the kids. To make sure every kid that, you know, eats lunch at school to just not have to worry about paying for it. Because, hey, some people are, you know, middle class. Hi, that's us. And it's one of those, we make too much money. Well, I say we, my husband, because I am a stay-at-home mom and we live on one income and it's his. His income, he makes too much money for any kind of government assistance, but we don't make enough to like reliably sustain our kids eating school lunches, and especially so when Riley will start regularly eating lunches. Because the thing is, like, Allie really likes eating breakfast at school. Yeah, Allie really likes eating breakfast at school, and we're like, yeah, alright, that's cool, whatever. You know, but like, it adds up to quite a bit. It adds up quite a bit, so... Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, whenever you sign up for, like, government assistance programs, at least the one like this, when you sign up for it... That's the wrong button. That's the button. I want to stay here, actually. I know I've been seeing Bowser, but it's fine. The thing with those programs, and when you sign up for them, are, you know, you fill out the thing, they go off of gross income. They go off of gross income. And that's where the problem is. They don't go off of your bring home, because if they did, a lot more people would be able to get assistance if they went off of bring home. Because your gross income is like without all the garnishes, without your insurance coming out of your paycheck, you know, without, you know, extra things that come out of your check, you know, other garnishes, or even like, hey, like, not like any leftover money, any like, you know, bills to consider. Like, they don't even consider that. They just go off like, how much money do you make? How much do you gross without taxes? Like, no taxes, no insurance, no social security taken out, no nothing. They just go off of gross income. And a lot of people, like, I think just a lot of like middle class makes too much. They make too much to qualify for assistance, and sometimes those are the people that really need it. So yeah, for a family of 4, our household income is too much for government assistance, for free school lunches. Like, don't even qualify for reduced. That's what, like, boggles my mind sometimes. And also, like, with inflation, you know, with inflation, things cost more. They're like, nope, it's still the same. Like, I'm sure, like, the guidelines are still the same, but, like, you know, with inflation, things are costing more, but no one's income's going up. So it's like, we're just stuck in the mud here. This is a very relatable rant. And it's like, I grew up, of course I did. I grew up with free lunches because we had, my household, I mean, there were 4 kids. And even then, our household, my dad was self-employed. My dad was self-employed, and anyone who knows anything about being self-employed there's a lot of like loopholes you can exploit with being self-employed and tax write-offs and, you know, fudging your income in a way, quote unquote. So I grew up not needing to pay anything for my lunches. And I didn't know any better when I was younger because I thought it was really, really weird that some kids had to pay for lunches growing up. So that was like, I didn't realize until I was older that like, oh, I understand now, you know? And especially now that we have our own kids to pay for. And I want to say for 2 years, when Allie was in kindergarten and first grade, they did free lunches at schools because of COVID. That was so nice. But also it's like, we got away with it for 2 years. What's stopping everyone from using people's tax dollars to pay for kids at school lunch? I'm sure a lot of reasonable people would be totally okay with that. That's what a lot of people just want. They just want to know where our tax dollars are going. You know? Like if it's going, you know, to help like improve like our, you know, our towns, our state, you know, whatever. Sure. And like if, you know, our money's going into, you know, schools to help, you know, pay for lunches and breakfast for, you know, the kids, then hell yeah. You know, I'm sure a lot of people would be on board with that. But no. Anyway, I really got sidetracked, but it was just, I had to get my thoughts out there, you know? Followed you for 2 years, October 18th. Wow, 2 years, that's crazy. It's a long time. Miss a taste of school lunch? Yeah, free school lunch was a blessing. It really was. And I didn't know it at the time, growing up. Yeah, I didn't realize it growing up that I was very lucky to have free lunches. Now, when I got to high school, like my senior year, well, with the way our cafeteria was, there was some like extra stuff, but for like the extra stuff, you had to pay for it. So the only time I've ever had to like pay for lunches, quote unquote, throughout my time at school, was when I got like, oh, an extra bag of chips, or oh, a Gatorade or something. I had to pay for that, but it was like 50 cents for a bag of chips. So, because it was one of those times where it's like, I really wanted something to eat, but I didn't really want like the actual meal. That was okay, so high school, man. Okay. So, I'm sure some schools across the country do it kind of this way too. Throughout my high school, we had open lunches. When my siblings were in school, it was open lunches. And open lunch is, the kids can, at least in high school, the kids can leave and like go home, go to like a fast food place or something. They can leave the school grounds and get them some food. They can get them their own lunch. Or if you didn't want to do that or didn't have the means, they could stay at school and eat the school lunch. No, I got squished! Losers! So, yeah, when my siblings were in school, they had open lunches. Pretty normal, you know, growing up, I was used to it. But then, when I got to high school, so my freshman year... Oh, nice. So my freshman year, they had closed school lunches for freshmen and sophomores. So juniors and seniors could, you know, have open lunch. They could go leave to go get their own lunches, do whatever. Because some people ruined it for everyone, and they had closed lunches for just freshmen and sophomores. So it's like, all right, cool, whatever. But then here comes my sophomore year, and they had plans to build a new school. Like, the middle school, my, you know, hometown middle school, completely different. Like, I have never stepped foot in the new middle school building. But, like, they've built a new middle school, a new cafeteria. They built a lot of new things. Oh, excuse me? Sorry. Huh. Yeah, they built a new cafeteria, and it was a really big cafeteria, and it was a nice cafeteria. So they were in the middle of building it, and this was my sophomore year. So lunches were still closed for me, but they had announced when it was close to being finished, and they opened it, and they were able to open it. I'll take the Bowser. They were able to open it the second semester of my sophomore year. And when they opened the new cafeteria, they had decided to close lunches for everybody. So everyone can eat in the new cafeteria. Wait, actually, hold on. My brain's remembering things. They open it like just before the second semester. So they open it just before Christmas break. And it was really nice because it was nice. People had time to get in and get their food. And, you know, everything was great. Everything was all hunky-dory. But then they closed lunches for everyone. And then it became a problem because we had so many... Oh, jump! What are we doing? Oh, come on. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god! Why aren't we jumping? There we go. Yeah, so when they closed lunches for everyone, and all 4 grades were forced to eat lunch at the exact same time. Four grades, and keep in mind, like, our school, my hometown school wasn't like the biggest school, but it was a fairly decent size. They have like size classifications. I don't know how it is in other states though, but I know in Kansas there's 6A, 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A. That's how it's classified by school. My hometown was always like on that cusp of 4A and 3A, so it was fairly decent size. My graduating class was like 72-ish, somewhere around there, like low 70s. That was my graduating class, so like multiply that by 4, give or take, and then you have all those people filled up in a cafeteria that is not meant for that many people. Like, that cafeteria and all its tables and shit were not meant to hold that many people. It was so crowded. It was so crowded. People had a hard time getting in line, getting their food, and getting sat to eat at a decent time. And the real kicker is, like, this cafeteria was, like, kind of disconnected from the actual, like, high school, like, the high school classrooms. And some kids had to walk from, like, the far end of the building really, really far to the cafeteria, and they hardly got any time to actually eat. And so, you know, when they closed lunch for everyone, it cluttered the cafeteria so bad. It cluttered the cafeteria so bad that, like, I stopped. I stopped getting lunches. Oh, what the hell? Dang it. That was not the way to do that. There's ways to... Oh, come on! Didn't even give it to me. Oh, well, it's fine. So yeah, I stopped eating lunch because it was a pain in the butt to walk all that way, to wait in line forever, to finally get my food and sit down to only have like 5 minutes to eat. And then like, oh, you have the 5 minutes to eat, and then the bell rings, and then for the next 5 minutes, you're supposed to get your ass to class. And it's like, why even bother? And they closed lunch for everyone. And then the next year, my junior year, same thing. Closed lunches for everybody. So it was the same song and dance. I still refused to eat school lunches because it was just a pain in the butt. So like, I hardly ate in high school. Mostly because of a protest to not eat school lunches. Mostly because it was just... we didn't have enough time to eat. So yeah, and then my senior year rolls around, right? I had a little bit of an advantage because my class before lunch was in the choir room, and the choir room is literally right next to the cafeteria. Like, you open the doors, boom, there's the cafeteria. So I would always look up in advance what the meal was for lunch, and then I would decide whether or not to actually eat or not. So that was my senior year. But also, here's the real kicker. You know how I mentioned like, oh, open lunches, right? So my freshman year, it was, thank you, DK. It was closed for freshmen and sophomores. Then my sophomore year, the next year, it was same thing, but then second semester, they closed it for everyone. My junior year was closed for everyone. Then my senior year rolls around, and they decided they were going to implement a new thing. If you were, you know, a senior, and you were 18 years old during high school, if you were 18, you could sign yourself out for lunch. Sounds great, right? Not for me, because I didn't turn 18 until after graduation. So I was 17 years old my senior year of high school. So, I got screwed out of open lunches throughout high school. I got so screwed. Which, honestly would have benefited me and would have actually let me eat food, because then I could just, like, make myself something at home. Like, it 100% would have benefited me, and I got screwed out of that, so I hardly ate during high school. Again, as a mild protest to the stupid cafeteria system. And again, it's like the cafeteria wasn't bad, and it was great when they had, you know, open lunches for juniors and seniors, but they're like, yeah, we're gonna close it for everyone and have everyone use this new cafeteria. And it was not great. It was not great at all. Absolutely not. So, yeah. And it was great because they used that area for school dances. It was great for that because, again, you don't have the entirety of the high school in that stupid cafeteria. it's great for, like, you know, little stuff like that, for like, oh, prom or other dances, because you don't have the entirety of the population in that, you know, feeble cafeteria. And I describe it like it's so small, and it's not a small cafeteria. It was just small for the entirety of the high school, for like 300 kids eating lunch at the same time, only having like 25 minutes or so. I think we had longer than that, but it felt like such a short time because you only had so much time to even get in line. And it would be a long fucking line. It would be a long line, and then you had to find a spot to sit with a big open cafeteria. That's hard to come by. You had to find your spot to sit, and then sit down and actually eat. So it was just a pain in the ass. Just like when other students would cut in line. Yeah, that was also a problem. And I remember my freshman year, and I think my sophomore year. Yeah, because we had a principal. That's right. Of course, any school has a principal. We had two principals. At least I had two principals. When I was in high school. The principal that we had my freshman and sophomore year, they had this, we had a card that we received based off of our GPA for the 9 weeks. And it was, we had 3 different colors. I don't want to, like, say too much because, like, it's Kansas. There's only so many high schools, and I already kind of gave away the general population, so it shouldn't be too hard to find what the exact colors I might spew out. So, yeah, we had 3 colors. We had, like, the low tier, the mid tier, and, like, the high tier. The low tier, I don't remember. It was, like a 2.5 to 3.0 GPA, I think. And then the mid tier was 3.0 to 3.5. And then the high tier was like 3.5 to 4.0 GPA for the 9 weeks. And depending on the tier that you got to leave like a few minutes early to get to lunch. I'd forgotten about that until just now. So that was a thing. So the low tier got to leave early on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The mid tier left early Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And the high tier got to leave every single day. So it was, you know, incentive to do well in school and to get early for lunches. I always had the mid-tier one, so I was used to leaving early Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But then our principal had moved somewhere. I don't remember where he went, but he left, got a new job, and we had a new principal, and that got abolished. And it sucked. And it absolutely sucked. I think I had like the highest tier like 1 9 weeks. I don't remember when I had it, but I had it for like 1 9 week period. I had the highest tier. So I honestly, again, I couldn't tell you exactly when it was, but I ate alone for a couple years in middle school, high school. Yeah, I was right there too. I mean, I had friends. I had a friend group, but like, it was one of those where it's like there is an odd number and everyone kind of like, you know, paired up. Oh, that was too early. No, I got it. Yeah, everyone like paired up and I was like always the odd one out. So I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb in that group. At least that was in 7th grade. And in 8th grade, 8th grade was kind of rough. Oh, barely missed it. 8th year was kind of rough because I really started, I really started sitting by myself a lot. And, yeah, I just kind of ate lunches by myself a lot because it's like, I really felt like I didn't really have any, like, friends. Everyone was, like, drifting apart. Because, like, it was, oh, the classic, you know, like, they're my friends, but I'm not their friend type thing. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Why? I've been going at a snail's pace for so long. Oh, I hate this. Anyway. Yeah, it's like I felt like, oh, these people feel like my best friends. But then I wasn't their best friend because they had their own best friends, you know? And again, it's like, you know, being the odd one out. Everyone like paired up and then hi, I'm like the last one left. So I really kind of distanced myself from a lot of people in 8th grade. So much so that the school counselor took notice and I had some like weekly visits about stuff because man, it was kind of awful. But I do remember there was a time where like a group of guys, looking back on it, I think they were told to do this, but you can kind of tell that they're like, yeah, let's do it, and not like do we have to do it? So I think they were like, hey, Tessa's over there by herself. She's been by herself for a while. Why don't you guys go sit with her for a little bit, you know? Why am I tearing up thinking about it? But yeah, there was a couple times where I was sitting by myself and they just like joined me for lunch or like, hey, what's up? You know, how's it going? And it was just like conversation. You know, it really did kind of help make me feel less lonely, so it was very helpful. So, yeah. Because at that point, you know, it was rough. And then high school got a little rough, especially senior year. And then in college, man, it was rough. So rough, I'm not gonna talk about it because I'm just gonna cry. So, point is, I didn't really have many like friends in high school. And like I had friend groups I kind of like attached myself to here and there. But I wasn't really like anyone's like best friend. Or like, you know, I felt like I had my best friends, but like, you know. But then growing up, realizing high school just sucks. And like, I still kind of keep tabs on my, you know, my friends. Because like, you know, like we were friends. But it's one of those like, you know, they felt like my best friends, but I wasn't their best friend. It was one of those. So, but like, again, I keep tabs on them. I'm still friends on Facebook and I see, you know, life updates, you know, and anytime I see something cool, I'm like, yo, I'm so happy for you, you know? So, because that's what a good friend does. But now, again, and does anyone know that Bowling for Soup song? High School Never Ends. You know, the whole damn world is always obsessed with who's the best dressed and who's having sex. Who's got the money, who gets the honeys, who's kind of cute, and who's kind of a mess. And you still don't have the right look, and you still don't have the right friends, and nothing changes but the faces and the names and the trends. You know, high school never ends. Anyone know that song? Yeah, and like that is so true. High school really doesn't ever end because so many places feel so like cliquey. You know? Like everyone like gangs up on you and like there's like so lots of like high school bully behavior from grown men and women. It's insane. It's so insane how ridiculous it is. So because it's like, oh, you can definitely tell who peaked in high school. And it's like the timeline of excuse me, of like the mean girls in high school becoming nurses needs to be studied. And that's only happened like recently too. Because like, oh hey, you're gonna be a nurse? Awesome, you know? Because I've met some really good nurses. And like, I know amazing nurses. I have a sister-in-law who is a really good nurse. But I hear stories all the time, and I've kind of seen it here and there, and I've had my experiences with one when I was in the hospital for like my dialysis and almost dying. And yeah, the mean girls become nurses, and I don't want a mean girl nurse. I don't care if they're a good nurse or not. I don't want a mean girl. I don't. Why am I so shifted? What even happens here? Alright, but yeah, a lot of the popular girls, at my high school, if they're not a nurse, they're a pharmacist. Pharmacy or dental. And it's like, no, I'd rather not deal with that, with those people. But it's always like the same timeline. And again, I wasn't like popular, and I was never like bullied for anything. Okay, dance team, right? These girls were in the grade above me. So I've dealt with them for most of my, you know, high school dancing days. Some of these girls had very high mean girl energy. One in particular was really bad. And cause I got a chance to like, you know, try to teach, or like show off some dances to my dance team. And props to this girl. I don't know where she is now. I remember her name. I think she was in my grade for a brief moment because she had moved to our town, and then I think she had to like move away like the next year. But like, props to her for telling me this, because like looking back on it, I appreciate it. She had came and told me that, yeah, these girls are like, you know, talking crap on your dancing. And, you know, it really made me feel bad, you know, because I thought like, hey, I'm sharing something that I love only for it to get talked down on. Like, that's not cool. And another one, you know, looking back on it through the lens of a grown adult, like, I still learn stuff, right? I'm still learning. I'm 30. I'm still learning life, right? Because there's still plenty of things to learn. But, like, you know, being out of high school for, you know, a long time. Yeah, being out of high school for a long time. Why am I not getting these? What is up with this? There we go. I can look back with the lens of, you know, knowledge that I have now and realize that these girls were just jealous of me. I feel pretty confident that these girls were just jealous that I was a better dancer than they were. And anytime when it comes to, you know, dancing, I always got more attention than they did. So, yeah. I need to really be making some waves here. So, yeah. Because I've told my story time and time again that, you know, I was like the best dancer on the dance team and it wasn't even close. I had like damn near the entire building cheering my name whenever it got called, you know? And it was always me, but like I was often told, tone it down, tone it down, tone it down, when I was giving 100% and everyone else was giving only 50 and not even that. So it wasn't until like later in high school, it kind of got, you know, kind of went on the flip side. Because I was told to tone it down a little bit, but then the coach turned around and told the rest of the team, you guys need to step it up, meet in the middle, which is better, but like they needed to meet me at 100%, not like let's meet at like 75%. No, we needed everyone to be 100%, because there is a difference between one person going 100% in a group of 50% and one person going 200% in a group of 100%. There is a huge difference with that, because I've seen, because like, I'm sure you would assume like if I were to dance 100% in a group of 50s, that like, oh, she's just over dancing. And I'm sure that's what a lot of people on my dance team thought I was doing. They probably thought I was over dancing. But no, I was just giving it my all. And like, you could probably go back and like watch my dance videos from high school and you can see the fucking difference. You know? Cause like when everyone's all, you know, stiff, you can see me be fluid. You know, or, you know, I put in a lot more energy into specific moves. Yeah, there was, I do know there were a couple times where I definitely overdid it on a step and I didn't need to, but that was like my innate feeling of needing to show off. But yeah, I can point out some spots, but like 95% of the time I was just giving it 100%. And the rest of the team would always just give only 50%. So, yeah. So I've learned that anytime someone has a problem with you for, like, literally no reason, they're jealous of you. 9 times out of 10, they are just jealous of you. So, and it's also another thing, too. It's like, someone else can see it perfectly fine. You know, someone else can see the jealousy, but like when you're in that moment, when you are in the moment, sometimes you don't see it until like way later. Which is, you know, a shame. Because like if people can see it right away and what is it, as the kids say, clock it right away. If they can, you know, clock it immediately, then everyone would be better off. Waria, what are we doing? Yeah, everyone would be a lot better off. No! Yeah, everyone would be better off if they can notice all these, like, signs of immense jealousy for no reason, immediately. And I don't want to sound like a broken record with, like, you know, my... Excuse me, holy crap, that did not feel great. Oops! It's gotta be some kind of a sign, right? Oh, geez, that did not feel great. It's like, I don't want to, like, sound like a... Oh, shit. Okay, I just want to test this. Yeah, I'm rotating as fast as I can on some of this. And it's not. It's not. Oh, man. Do I have to do it this way? Oh my god.
what is up with the control stick spinning with this controller? Because, like, I was legit full solid rotations, and you even saw in my practice. You saw it in my practice that, like, I was, and, like, you know, Scout's honor, that I was going full rotations, and it wasn't, like, kicking it into high gear until I used my thumb, and, like, I ain't doing that. That's not natural to me. So, anyway, going back to my thing, before I completely lose my train of thought. It's like, I don't want to sound like a broken record about, like, you know, people being jealous of you. But, looking back on it, on, you know, my, you know, failed friendships, I don't want to say this with the utmost confidence because I'm not super oh, dear fucking God. I don't want to say this with, like, the utmost confidence, but I feel... But I feel fairly certain that my failed friendships, at least with women, I can only think of 2 friendships that ended sourly. And it was probably because of jealousy. Very possible. Very possible they ended because of jealousy. Hold on, excuse me, why did we get hit? Oh my God. I want to get an N64 controller for the Switch. I would love that so much, but I can't. I don't have the money. Or the means right now. I guess Bowser. Yeah, he made his way over there. Oh, fuck, I keep doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So yeah, I want to say, like, my friendships failed probably because of jealousy. And again, I couldn't tell you why these people were jealous. One of them, I can figure out why. Because, okay, I've told the story of how me and this girl, this was years ago, how, I mentioned, like, I had done something to hurt them in a way, and, you know, apologies were said. I felt like we were, you know, okay. You know, friendship wasn't as it once was, but I don't even know if it was, like, that way to begin with. And I'll dive into why. But, like, yeah, I did something to hurt her. Apologies were said. I never did it again. That's all I'll say. Like, I've made mistakes before. I have hurt people. I'm not a perfect person, and I will be upfront with that. But, like, once I make a mistake, and, you know, I will apologize, and I will do my damnedest to never let it happen again. So, and then later on, I'd felt, you know, like, you know, I was being treated poorly. Like, are we even friends at this point? You know, so I was really thinking that. And then later when my dad died, you know, I had called her to tell her, like, hey, my dad died. And she was the one who had said, I would give you a hug, but my house is under lockdown because my dad died in 2020. It's like April of 2020. So it was like right as the lockdowns were happening. So, and I know, like, when people are faced with, like, oh, my dad died, sometimes you don't know what to say. That's totally fine. But, like, all she said was, you know, I would hug you, but my house is under lockdown. And then went in to complain about other things wrong with her life. And in the moment, I was hurt. You know, like that would hurt about anybody. You know, someone just, like, completely glossed over your feelings. It's like, dude, my dad just died. I have no parents now, and all you're gonna do is complain to me? it's like that was completely tone deaf, honestly. Lack of awareness, I guess. So that was the thing that had hurt me. And then like a couple months later, it was when I like, you know, finally gathered my thoughts and feelings, sent her a long message, and she got super defensive and gravitated towards a point that didn't even matter in my whole slew of things. So it was almost like she read one part of my big long paragraph and took that one and took offense to it and defended that one, and it seemed like she didn't even read the rest. And it ended with me getting blocked by her. And I'm like, you know what? You know, it didn't hurt my feelings at the time, but then like later on, it was like everyone, and it was like the problem was with me, but my husband could go see her, no problem. So, you know, because like they were still friends. So it was like, you know, it was one of those, it was like, you know, friendship's been, you know, very rocky, but then, you know, there's things we talked out, you know, thinking everything was, you know, at least decent, you know, somewhat decent, and, yeah, it was somewhat decent, but then we just kind of naturally drifted apart for, like, various reasons, and, now it's like we don't really talk to each other. Hardly at all. Last time I talked to her was, the last message that was ever sent between either of us was in November last year, and she was also the one who took 2 months to pay me $35 for an art commission. And it wasn't like, oh, I'll pay you at this time. It was like, no, I'll pay you as soon as I can. And then for $35, 2 months later, yeah, it was like, I grew very annoyed with it. And I just, you know, I was just done, you know. So, and there's probably reasons behind a potential jealousy, because here's some backstory and some lore that some people are gonna be like, why the fuck? But it's this situation is very nuanced. So this girl, you know, that I, you know, had problems with, she used to be Vegito's girlfriend. She was his girlfriend before we started dating. And remember, I've mentioned the lore before of, you know, how, you know, Vegito had a girlfriend when we first met. Yeah, she was that girlfriend. But she stuck around after they broke up for, you know, various reasons, very nuanced reasons. And I understood those reasons, but I remember the first time I met his family, and she was, you know, there at, you know, at their house, because I was up there, and she was not very happy. She was like being all pissy, slamming doors, and it was just a pain in the ass kind of way. So from the get-go, it really felt like, you know, kind of jealous in a way, even though she had also moved on after the breakup. She had a boyfriend too. So, you know, again, it's very nuanced that she had stuck around. But now, you know, years and years, like, you know, 11 years later, we all don't really talk to each other very much. So, yeah. So it's very nuanced, but like, knowing like the roots of how everything happened, she was probably jealous of me and probably always jealous of me. So, could be. And I'm not saying this like, you know, quote unquote to my own horn. I'm just thinking about it realistically. I'm just like talking out my thoughts and feelings. Again, who knows if someone could find this relatable? Who knows if someone could be going through this too? I don't know. But then the other friendship that ended with me being, you know, blocked and stuff, that happened, you know, a year ago. There's some moments where I can probably sense some jealousy. I don't understand it. Because again, we were both streamers, and they were, you know, a fair bit bigger than me. So I don't understand why they could be jealous, but it would make some amount of sense. Because like, I'm here I'm just vibing. I've always been vibing. And it's like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, because again, like, I'm not, you know, perfect by any means. I get jealous of other people easily, you know? I get jealous, you know? Because it's like, sometimes I see, you know, people, you know, do way less than me and are more successful than me. Or it's like, I feel like I put in like 100% effort only to be met with like literally nothing, you know, with like any kind of medium for anything, you know? Like, I get jealous at times. You know, I think that's a normal human reaction to things, is to feel jealous sometimes. But then it's up to us to like process our emotions and, you know, work through them and, you know, power through it and, you know, do our best. Because again, I get jealous, but then, you know, retrospective, you know, I look inward. It's like, okay, why do I feel this way? Is this even valid? Yes or no? If no, I need to just forget about it and move on. And if yes, it's like, what can I do to improve on myself and not worry so much about the thing that I am jealous of? You know? That way. So, you know, again, just kind of, you know, more introspective, self-reflection. Because, like, again, my gut reactions are always, they feel over the top. I get very emotional up front, and then when everything kind of just calms down, then I can think about things realistically. And sometimes those feelings burn for a long time. Those feelings burn for a long, long time. And sometimes it takes a while for me to look retrospectively on things, like, you know, the friendship that ended a year ago. You know, I still think about it because, again, there's still reminders that I see, and even if just like talking about it in conversation, because okay, I check my time hop. You know, it's like a little app, like a little time capsule, lets you see posts on. It used to show Twitter, but it doesn't anymore, I don't think, or if so, I don't know how to get it to work. But like I can see posts from like my Tumblr page, Facebook, and even like my photos on my phone. And the first thing it showed me, because these were saved onto my phone a year ago, were the messages that this person had sent my husband, you know, a year ago over this friendship breakup. So that was a reminder. That was a reminder. It's like, well, that was a year ago. Because I had saved them onto my phone just so I wouldn't have to like go back through my husband's messages. Or at least, you know, our messages together. So again, I feel like I sound like a broken record, but a lot of the time I just kind of just talk about things and that's what comes to mind. You know? And I may talk about like the same things for, you know, a while, but again, it's just topical, especially in this time frame where I was extremely hurt by a lot of things. And I'll mention, like, it was around this time a year ago was a very low point for me, and then having, you know, the friendship breakup, it was kind of the basis of it all, but having that like looming in the background didn't help anything. Why? I pulled back! Rude. So it didn't really help anything, especially because, again, I mentioned I had gone through one of their VODs, because even if you're blocked and banned by a streamer, you can still watch VODs. You can still watch their VODs. And that's something I think Twitch should fix. Because, like, yeah, if you ban someone in your chat and you toggle a setting, oh, they can't watch you live. Cool, but they can still watch VODs. They can still hate watch you. So yeah, that's a thing, just a fair warning. So it's like, what's even the point of blocking someone if they can, blocking and banning someone if they can still watch your VODs? Like, what's the point? But yeah, I wanted to go through and find their emote prefix so I can not get those to show up in my chat. Because it's one of those, like, immediately, right after, you know, I essentially got dumped, blocked, and banned, with still questioning why. Like, what did I even do? How did this happen? I can't even talk to them anymore, you know? Like, in a state of confusion, I was seeing constant reminders of everything. And, you know, still having to work through it, still trying to be positive, but that was looming in the background. And I hated everything. And when I went through whatever VOD it was, I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. I just poked in real quick to find an emote of theirs that was used in said VOD to get the prefix. You know, and it was pretty soon after too, like a few weeks, I think. Excuse me. That it really felt like they just completely forgot about me. You know? So it's like, oh, so when someone, you know, blocks you, they can just forget about you and just be done with it? Like, what? It's like, I'm alone here suffering because of your actions, and you act like it's just another Tuesday. But that's just how people are, you know? And also, again, I understand, like, you know, social media and everything. It's all different, right? Because people post on social media a lot, right? And it's like people post their highlight reels, right? And it sucks when you're comparing your behind the scenes footage with someone else's highlight reel. You know, like, it's that unfair comparison, but, you know, it's just, it still sucks, you know? Because, like, oh, people post things because they wanna share, you know, their happiness, or they wanna, you know, post and, like, pretend everything's fine, but, like, people see that and just, like, oh, they're living their best life, but then there's people, hi, I'm people that feel like, oh, they're out there living their best life, and what am I doing? You know? Which is why I have a deep-rooted hatred of social... Not really a hatred, deep-rooted hatred, but deep-rooted dislike of social media. So we can thank high school for that, too. Because, man, also, when I see stuff on my time hop, I see stuff from, like, when I was, like, freshman in high school, you know, like, early teens. And it's like, damn, I was a loser. I was a loser back then. Or it's like, what was I posting? What was the point in this? What was I trying to accomplish with this? You know, and it's like, looking at it, you know, with the lens that I do now, it comes off as so desperate and pick-me. I'm like, oh dear God, what was I doing? Because remember, oh, we both lost. Okay, that's fine. Because remember, you know, like 8th grade and throughout high school, I always felt like I didn't really have much friends. So, you know, I kept posting a lot of things that, you know, alluded to, like, oh, no one cares about me, and like, it would get, like, no reactions whatsoever, you know, no likes, no comments, but, like, oh, if a popular girl posted stuff like that, they would get all the support that they would need, you know, so there was, like, deep-rooted jealousy with that, because, like, I'd always post, like, oh, no one cares about me, or I'd post, like, really sad, cryptic, like, song lyrics or something. And, you know, no one would bat an eye. So, yeah, I went through that. Went through that phase. But again, now I don't really post anything on social media. And if I do post anything, it's on Twitter. And, you know, Twitter is while, again, anything you put on the internet is there forever. But, like, most of my tweets now are really just, about wrestling or just like a weird thing that happens that doesn't really matter day to day, but could make someone laugh maybe, you know? But I don't post like weird cryptic things like, oh, no one cares about me, you know? Like I don't really do that. But it's like, sometimes I treat my notes app like a journal. So I have like some journal quote unquote entries saved onto my phone. So, and I kind of write out some feelings of mine, and I don't post it on social media. And also nowadays, Facebook has kind of gone down the drain. Twitter has, I feel like it's always been a cesspool. Still is, you know. You know, internet culture is so ridiculous nowadays. So, you know, internet culture and everything. But like Facebook has changed a lot, and I see crazy posts from people, and they like share a bunch of stuff with like, you know, a bunch of messages and words. It's like, why are we posting stuff like this? Why are we doing this? What is the point of you posting this? So, yeah. And also, that's kind of why I talk about some of these things, is maybe, you know, the relatability. You know? Because, like, it may not be, like, a one-to-one, because, you know, it may not be a one-to-one for everyone's situation, but, like, you know, you may find relatability in my experiences. You know? So, yeah, I see lots of posts all the time. And there's some posts that I've seen from some people that are like, oh, don't try to steal my man. You know, why are you trying to steal my man? He's mine. He would never leave me type stuff. And it's like, why is this even, why? What's the point? It's like, I don't, and I think that's just more through a lens of me getting older and like maturing a little bit. It's like, this is like teenager stuff. This is like high school romance. Stop trying to talk to my man. And posting it on social media, that's high schooler nonsense right there. Like, what? What are we doing? Maybe it's just kids these days, or people not maturing. And that's also the thing. The people that I see posting stuff like this are like my age. It's like, what? It's like, excuse me? It's like, also, if someone tried to weasel their way into my relationship, one, I trust my husband enough, you know. I trust my husband enough, and for two, why would I feel the need to post it on social media when, for one, I don't use social media, and for two, there's really nothing to see. I don't post crazy stuff about my relationship on social media. I don't post, you know, I don't post like pictures of me and my husband. You know, I don't post everything everywhere. And sometimes, like, I understand people posting their relationship, which is awesome. And sometimes people post a lot. It's just when you post a lot, it always feels like compensation for some deep-rooted issues. And I have seen time and time again people who post crazy things on social media. It's like, oh, I love my boyfriend, oh, I love my husband. It always ends in tragedy for them. Always does. And that's another thing. It annoys me personally when I see so many things like that. So, whee! So that's why I don't really post on. Whoa, I missed. We're good. Hello, Null. Hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Hello. Thank you for the hydrate. But hello. All right, what are we doing? Bam. Rolling sevens. Star's over here, isn't it? 'Cause I'm the one that did it. Yeah. every time I get to that intersection, the star is always on my side. And I wanna get to the other side. I need to get to the other side. I need to. Because I have enough money. And Peach is just on a rampage right now. So, I'll figure it. Oh, he's stealing coins. That's the most logical decision you could have ever made, DK. But yeah, that's a lot of the reason why I don't post on social media much. I really only post on my Twitter nowadays. And it's really mostly about, like, either wrestling or video games. That's really it. I love that emote. I love how it turned out. It's one of my favorites that I made. I haven't really done anything art related in a hot minute. I think the last piece of art that I did was I drew Mandus from Blue and Gihan's webtoon. And then before that was the Kerbessa emote. No! It was right there for her. Dang it. Yeah, the last couple things I drew was Mandus and Kerbessa. No, I drew Charlotte Flair. Yeah, that's right. I drew Charlotte Flair before Mandus. Okay, so the last 3 things that I drew were Mandus, Charlotte Flair, and Kerbessa. The last things I drew, and I haven't done anything art related since. When did I draw Mandus? How long ago was that?
And his name is John C.
Thank you for the sub. Thank you. Mandus was before my birthday. So the last thing art related I did was the Gartic Phone stream on my birthday. That was the last art related thing I did. But thank you for the sub, Noel. Thank you. Thank you so much. How have I been? I have been pretty good. Just living life. Both kids are at school right now. Which is even crazier that Riley is in preschool. She's in preschool now. Ow. All besides the caps hop. Yeah, the time hop. Yeah, bringing up bad memories. I mean, it's one of those where it's like, I'm very careful with my friendships now. Because 2 times, I have had friendships end really sour because the other person was a bitch. Putting it point blank, but anyway, lesson learned. But I've got awesome friends now that I trust my gut that wouldn't do that to me now. So speaking of one of my friends, Sylvia, her birthday's today, but I also know she's streaming. Yeah. I mean, as much as I want to, like, you know, get revenge, but, like, what revenge is there for me to get? You know? I mean, I'm petty, but not full of spite and hate that I would extract revenge. But also, revenge is a dish best served cold. Best revenge is forgetting them. Yeah, 100%. Even though it feels like they have forgotten me right after blocking me, but you know what? I have a hard time with it because I get attached really easily. I get attached to things really easily, and so with that, like, attachment, it's so hard for me to, like, forget. So, like, I can't just, like, forget everything. I always care too much. But that's a me issue. Okay, it's Bowser. Yeah, but the caring too much is a 100% me issue. So, like, I do my best, and there's lots of times where I'm just, like, cruising, not a problem, you know, don't forget. But then when I like sit by myself and I'm like left alone with my thoughts, I constantly like think back to all the bad times, and it's like, no, I need to stop doing that. I have a terrible habit of that. I wallow in self-pity when I'm by myself. Is your more revenge to not forget that quickly? Yep. Yep. Where am I? Am I over on the other side now? I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, that's well, it ain't me. So, but yeah, I often have a terrible time with like forgetting people. I wasn't paying attention. So, and it's harder to forget people when you have like constant reminders, because like I'm always faced with constant reminders. But again, it's, you know, it's one of those you gotta like manage your triggers, quote unquote. Because like, oh, if I, you know, see something talked about, if I see something talked about that, you know, relates to, you know, an old friend, that old friendship that ended badly, it's like, but it's up to me to manage how I react to it. So it's up to me and how I manage my emotions. Just some life lessons for you. Because, like, oh, I can see something, you know, that reminds me of, you know, bad things, and I can lash out and go, why would you say that? Do you know how bad they hurt me? They're a bitch. They're not very nice. Why would you say nice things about them? I could say that. I could be like that, but I'm not going to. Because sometimes you just gotta you know, grin and bear it and, you know, move on. So, ooh, it's close. Better than I am then. I also have a very hard time like standing up for myself in a way. So, but like streaming has definitely taught me to stand up for myself more. But also, being a mom has taught me there are some battles not worth fighting. There are some battles not worth fighting, especially when you get to the toddler stage. Hence where Riley is right now. I mean, she's a preschooler now. So there are some battles worth fighting, and there are some that are just not worth fighting. So you have to pick and choose your battles. I've earned this. This is mine now. Excuse me. I just keep burping. I just keep burping. Could just be a warlord. Could. I have enough petty in my bones to take over the world. But I don't want to. I would just rob a donut shop. And there is a 99% chance that my husband isn't even here listening to it. But if he were, he would definitely acknowledge the rob a donut shop. That's an inside joke. It's like, we take over the world, but first, we rob a donut shop. I haven't had donuts in a long time. Maybe that's the next thing I need to work towards. Because over the summer, I have been robbed of s'mores. Because 4th of July, I wanted s'mores. We didn't do them, and weather was too crappy. It was too rainy, there was a storm rolling in, we couldn't go outside, we couldn't be outside to light a fire for s'mores. Couldn't do that. And then a few weeks later, we went camping. We joined my husband's family and went camping, and we had plans for s'mores, but the kids were getting really restless. Lots of other things happened, and it was like, you know what? We'll just go to bed. We'll just go to bed and not worry about it. So those 2 times I got gypped of s'mores, and I was like, I want s'mores so bad. I want them. And I finally got them on Labor Day, because I had planned on streaming, but then Sunday, we got invited to my in-laws' house for a cookout for Labor Day. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, let's just we go up there, spend some time up there, and then my husband made a special request to his mom's like, hey, get stuff for s'mores. Tessa's been really wanting them. She's been wanting them all summer. So, finally got my s'mores on Monday. I was really happy. Maybe my next course of action is donuts. Because I haven't had donuts in probably years. I remember, I don't know if they still do this, but I think they stopped it, I noticed it when Allie was in 4th grade, so last year. They didn't do it last year. At the schools, they used to do like a, you know, they hand out free donuts to the parents when you drop off your kid at school. They used to do that. And, what are we doing? That's Bowser, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Perfect chance to get over on this side. And so that was when I would get a donut, you know, and it's a free donut. It's like donut and coffee, but I don't drink coffee. So I would just get a donut. It was really awesome. But I don't know if they still do it or not. It's super convenient at the school that Riley is at, but like not for me because Riley's in the PM class. Yeah, Riley's in the PM class, not in the AM class. And plus, preschool drop-off and pick-up is a lot different than the rest of the grades. But it's really convenient when, you know, you get into, like, the drop-off lanes at, you know, the other elementary school, the one Riley's at. With the one Allie is at, it's a little different because the school Allie is at is 3rd through 5th grade. And 3rd grade gets dropped off and picked up at the front of the school. 4th and 5th grade is behind the school. And it is a pain in the butt. It is a major pain in the butt. I need to be ready to go. Oh, thank God! Oh, I'm protective of my money. So it's just not really a convenient way to do the donut thing, the donut and coffee thing at Allie's school. It's not very convenient. Alright, let's do it. If you take over the world, just remember, I'll accept an uninhabited island and stay out of your way. Gotcha. I'll find the best island money can buy. At least the best island I can find with my resources available to me. I had a feeling it'd be Teetering Towers. I might need to take a break in a little bit. I'll check what number turn we're on, because my hip's not very fun. But also, again, with the lack of Riley around, breaks are a lot shorter. I remember when I was a child, this minigame always— I hit the button! I hit the button to jump! Of course, when I talk about my childhood fears. This minigame always scared me as a kid. At least I got the coin bag and I don't have to lose money for it. Anyway, I know I jinxed myself. I do that all the time. Yeah, when I was a child, that minigame always scared me because it was just a pit of nothing. It was a pit of black nothingness. I'm like, ugh. No, I was always too scared to miss a jump like I did. Okay, 35. This is not a bad place to... After this turn, after the minigame, after DK's turn, we'll take our break. But yeah, with Riley not here, breaks are a lot shorter because I can just focus on myself and not have to get things ready for my child. So there is that. So it's at least like 5 minutes. So yeah, breaks aren't near as long. And even like towards the end, they weren't super duper long because like, you know, Riley could go to the bathroom herself. She wasn't in diapers anymore. I didn't have to worry about like, you know, changing her. She wasn't taking naps. So, you know, she just got a little older and it was easier to do things. But like Riley's still around on Fridays because there's no preschool on Fridays. Whee! Whee! I did it. Oh, he almost had the record too! Dang. Oh well. Oh well. Alright, we are going to take our break. And also, I think my body is just... has gotten so used to needing a break, like, around 2 o'clock. I think it's just when you've done something for so long, your body just kind of innately has a schedule. So my body is just used to needing to get up and stretch, go to the bathroom, you know, needing a snack around this time. So my body's just used to it. So we're going to take our break. We are going to get up, stretch, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, do whatever it is you need to do, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back. And we are paper. Woo, let's go. We're back. And thank you for the links, Johnny. Thank you. Boom. Alright, I did see as long as break you need. It was a little longer than 5 minutes. But, we're here. I just wanted to make sure I got my fruit snacks eated. Got my fruit snacks eated. And, we're good to go. Welcome back. Thank you. And, as I was, wandering around in my kitchen, kind of, putting a couple things away that I left from my lunch, I saw, my Pizza Hut coupons that were, they're on the fridge. Usually, put a magnet, stick it on the fridge. Hey, fruit snacks. Yeah, I still eat fruit snacks. That hasn't changed. It's just a nice little snack to kind of revitalize me a little bit. So I'm really glad I started doing that. But yeah, I noticed the Pizza Hut coupons and how Riley got into my pizza the other day. Like Tuesday morning while I was in the shower, Riley found a way out of her confines and, oh geez, and, got into my pizza. She only ate like half a crust, but still, she got into my pizza. And thinking about like Pizza Hut coupons, alright, so I have a little bit beef with, my Pizza Hut here. So, Pizza Hut, right? Oh shit. Ow! Jump. Excuse me, I'm jumping! Why are we not? There we go. I mean, what was I, 15 I lost? 15, 20? 20. It's fine. But yeah, we had, okay, so it wasn't SummerSlam. It was, oh, we ordered pizza, when we got back from the lake. You know, when I went camping with my in-laws, and, it was a long ride home, and there was a lot of events that happened on that Sunday when we got home, and we're like, you know what, let's just order a pizza. So we ordered a pizza when we got home, and with the pizza that we got, attached on the box was coupons, and we had like 2 separate pizzas. A large pizza for me and my husband, and a small pizza for Allie. Mess, 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 I'm a mess, 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 mess. I'm a mess in distress, but we're still the best. Dressed fearless, say yes, we don't dress to impress. Hello, DA. Hello, welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. So, yeah, we had a small pizza for Allie and a large pizza for me and my husband. And on each of those boxes was like a paper of coupons. Why? Rude. Anyway, it was, pack coupons. They had 6 coupons on it. And they were for various things. There was a couple of them that was like, all right, we can see ourselves using this. And so when Clash in Paris happened, Sunday the 31st, August 31st, we're like, you know what? And we hardly had any money, so we're like, you know what? Let's use a coupon, because we got these and they expire mid-October. They expire October 15th. Is when these coupons expire. And again, we got 2 pages of them, so we essentially have 2 of each coupon. Actually getting pizza? Nice! Perfect timing then. So, we're like, you know what, let's use one of these coupons. And my husband, he has the Pizza Hut app, because we have a Pizza Hut in town. I said earlier that Dollar General is a hop, skip, and a jump away from me. Pizza Hut is even closer. It's just a hop away. Maybe a hop and a skip, but not a hop, skip, and a jump. So Pizza Hut is closer. So, anyway, he's getting it ordered, and he's inputting the code that the coupon has, because it has like an online order code that you can put in, and he's putting the code and it's not working. It's like, that's weird. And the message it gives him is, you cannot redeem this at this location. And it's like, excuse me? What do you mean we can't redeem this coupon at this location? This is the location we got the coupons in the first place. That was too early. Nope, got it. So make that make sense. Make that make sense. We get our coupons at our store. Oh, dang it. And then when we go to redeem the coupons, and they're not even expired yet, we go to... Why? We go to redeem our coupons, and it says you can't redeem it at this store. And it's like, why? What the hell? There we go. Nice. Oh, I would have gotten that coin. But yeah, like, why? We, like, okay, like, store A, let's say, Pizza Hut store A is our, local Pizza Hut. We get our coupons from store A. And then when we try to redeem them, it's like, oh, you can't use these coupons at store A. Like, what? Excuse me? Like, what? Make that make sense. So instead of like the $30 we could have paid for 2 pizzas and some breadsticks, we kind of upgraded it. We changed it to, well, the pizza was for like hand tossed. It's like hand tossed or thin and crispy, and we opted for hand tossed. So we just kind of upgraded our stuff, because the coupon was for 2 large pizzas of up to 3 toppings, of hand tossed or thin and crispy crust, and an order of 5 breadsticks for like $30. Not too bad, right? Because like, hey, that's what a coupon is for. A coupon is to help you save money. So we try to use that one because like we'll get the most benefit from this one. And it won't let us use it. It won't let us redeem the coupon. So we're like, fuck it. We'll just spend the extra money that we don't have to get to... We upgraded our crust to stuffed crust for each pizza, and we upgraded our breadsticks to cheese sticks. So that is what we did. And it was like $50-something. So we were a little salty over not being able to use our coupon. And it's like, oh, if that one's not redeemable, then the others probably won't be able to be redeemed either. Because that sucks. How's pasta? Pasta's okay. Back cracked a little bit on one stretch, but pasta's okay. Yeah, it's definitely a pizza ripoff. Definitely. Ugh. Because usually our typical Pizza Hut order is 1 large stuffed crust, half cheese and half pepperoni for me and Vegito. And then we get a small pepperoni pizza for Allie. And again, leftovers. So it gives plenty of leftovers. And leftover pizza is usually one of the only leftovers I will ever eat, because I'm not a big fan of like leftovers. It doesn't taste the same. The only time I will ever eat any kind of leftover is pizza. Pizza or like any kind of dessert. But like, it's a dessert, so I don't consider like a half-eaten cake leftovers. I don't consider it that. So Rigged the hut. Oh. So yeah. Yeah, I will eat leftover pizza. You know, because leftover pizza is usually just as good. So I don't mind leftover pizza. Oh, I think Peach has close to the same amount of money as I do. No, it's gonna be me. Alright, sorry you're gonna hear mashing. What a position! What a position they put me in! Face down, ass up! Oh, you really trying to compromise me, game? Really? Anyway. Oh well, I left a present for you guys. I left a present for Wario, that's so funny. Did you get a big pizza so I can have leftover pizza the next day? Exactly! That's what pizza's for, is to have leftovers. Cause it's like, I mean, Pizza Hut has gotten kind of expensive for us. But also it's like, we're paying like $50 for all of this food. We better get our money's worth out of it. So yeah, that's our usual. And we get Allie a small pizza, and then we get an order of cheese sticks. We'll usually get like an order of cheese sticks. And that's usually plenty of food. It is usually plenty of food. So with there's one coupon of like a one topping stuffed crust with something else, I think, for like $15. And that one wasn't too bad. But we were thinking, yeah, let's get 2 pizzas. We'll just get one just completely cheese and one pepperoni, so Vegito and Allie can share the pepperoni, because Allie likes pepperoni. And I like cheese. So that worked out pretty good. And then, you know, breadsticks, can't go wrong. So, yeah, that's what we try to get. And then they wouldn't redeem our coupon. It's always a sad day when your coupon gets rejected. It's like, I can understand, like, if you, like, miss the expiration date on it, it's like, damn it, I tried. But no, this one's like, this isn't redeemable at our store, or at this location. And it's like, this is where we got our coupons. This is the same location that gave us these coupons. And now I have 2 of each of these coupons that I can't use because they can't be redeemed at this store. Like, what the fuck? Ridiculous. Ridiculous, I say. Where's our pizza? I know. I have like 1 pizza left over, and the crust is half eaten on it, because Riley got into it the other day. Man, Riley just can't help herself sometimes. Those toddler impulses, man. Oh, I thought I had the spacing right. Because, over the summer, back in June, Riley had gotten into the fridge and ate Allie's leftover birthday cake. And then, for my birthday a month later, she got into my cupcakes. So, yeah, Riley really can't help herself, huh? And then, Vegito's birthday is coming up this month. So, we better really, guard our fridge. Yeah, we better really, guard our fridge for when, cause, like, Vegito's not a big cake person, but he did kind of tell me, like, hey, you know, I didn't mind this cake, or, like, the cake that, Allie had for her birthday, because Allie wanted a, strawberry cake with strawberry frosting. Pretty straightforward. You know, we baked it. It turned out pretty good. I don't want to go 2 balls deep. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's gonna be me in it. Yep. The moment I goofed the timing, I think I just hit it a little too late. Because I think Wario was after me. Oh, well, it's fine. Charity. I give my money to charity. 23rd, 22nd. 22nd is Vegeto's birthday. 23rd is my sister's birthday. Which is pretty funny, but yeah. 22nd is Vegeto's birthday. This was bringing up for the class. I know. Pizza party. Did anyone else have pizza parties in school? I remember pizza parties. They were the best, but simultaneously the worst for me because, hi, I'm a picky eater. And every kid always like ran to the table where all the pizza was. And kids will be kids. Kids do love cheese pizza. So like damn near all of the cheese gets taken before I even have a chance to even get up there and get mine. So that has always been a problem for me with pizza parties. Unless I just happen to be seated right by where the pizza is, I usually am not the first to go up there and get it. Because there's usually pepperoni, cheese, and sausage. That's usually your go-to 3 pizzas. Your big 3, if you will. Like, I would eat sausage pizza. I do like Italian sausage pizza. I will eat that. It's not my preferred, but I wouldn't say no. I also wouldn't say no to pineapple on pizza, like just plain pineapple. And pineapple's my favorite fruit.
Ready? Go!
Pineapple's my favorite fruit. So, and I do like pineapple on pizza. My dad loved Hawaiian pizza, so I was used to it. And I never realized it's such a hot button topic, especially into my adulthood, that it was such a thing, that people hated it. I'm like, why? Hawaiian pizzas exist forever. It's always been a thing. If you don't like it, just don't order it. You know, like if you don't like if you don't like pineapple on pizza, just don't get it? Like, excuse me? You don't have to berate those who love pineapple on pizza. Anyway. But yeah, like, I will eat sausage pizza, and that was usually the second option for pizza parties for me in school. But it's never my first choice. It's never the first choice. We got scammed with them, I know. So like, I have a pizza party on my birthday. Pizza is just a great option for stuff. Charged everyone in the class $5 $5 plus 2 at 10. Then split the slices into half. We only got $1. Oh my god, just blend the pineapple up in the sauce and they never know. Exactly. My husband has, he doesn't like pineapple on pizza, and his reasoning is he just doesn't like hot fruit. I understand that perspective, you know? But like, what I have seen, the negativity towards, sorry. The negativity towards towards pineapple on pizza is usually like, ew, gross, it's so disgusting. Why do you like it? Ew, it's so gross. I would never order it. When it's like, it's just not my thing. And move on. More people should be like my husband in the way of like, it's just not my thing. I don't like hot fruit. And be done with it. I remember one time I was at this pizza place. It feels so uppity now. So like we stopped going. But I ordered, you know, they have this like little pizza that you can like 12-inch pizza that you can like build yourself. You can add whatever toppings you want. And I wanted just pineapple on mine. I was in the mood for just pineapple, and I could, and I did. The fucking waiter side-eyed me. The waiter of this pizza place side-eyed me because I wanted pineapple on my pizza. Like, bro, who are you to fucking judge? This is a pizza place. I'm sure there are weirder pizza toppings than just plain pineapple. Why are you side-eyeing me, bro? The fuck? I need to be careful about getting heated for nothing, because sometimes I get so heated it makes me lightheaded. Huh. Anyway, channel always gives me classroom, party, or after school hangout vibes. Sometimes I get pizza or Burger King to hang out here. Oh, that's so awesome! I love that. I love that. I love that that's the vibe. I think a lot of it is like, you know, I stream in the afternoon, you know, my time zone, and this is like the free time I have. This is the best time for me to stream, so I love it. Hello, Sam! Hello, hello. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good day. Don't know if it's common, but my favorite became pepperoni with pineapple pizza. Ooh! Love that. Love that. They side eye over pineapple on pizza, but don't bat an eye to no sauce on a pizza. Exactly! Like, what do you mean? It's just pineapple. People have preferences. I have some friends that are so anti-pineapple on pizza that they just give me looks every time, and it's like, no. I remember one of the last times we had like a big group hangout, and pizza was ordered. And our friend worked at Pizza Hut at the time. So, you know, he, you know, did a special thing, and he ordered a pizza with specifically pineapple. And because me and another friend of ours were the only two out of this group who liked pineapple on pizza. We were the only two. So we got a whole freaking pizza to ourselves. That is probably about the only way that, in like a group of like these friends at least, that I can get a pizza to myself is just put pineapple on it. That's our question of the day. Going back to like s'mores and stuff, because I was thinking about s'mores. How do you toast your mallows for s'mores? How do you toast your marshmallows for s'mores? Apparently I am alone in this, because I remember one day Royal Blue in her stream took a survey of how people toast their marshmallows, and I was the outlier. I was the outlier. I usually like lightly toast it. I want like a little bit of golden on it. I want it to be like a little golden, but not like completely crispy. Like, if my marshmallow is on... Why is that a 93? I did it... Unless there's like a step I'm missing. I don't know. Like, if my marshmallow is on fire, it's too much. If it is on fire, it is too much. Like, I will not completely drench my marshmallow in Satan's piss. I will not. So I am a lightly, very lightly toasted marshmallow person. In the toaster. That, you know what? That's fair. What do you think of tuna on a pizza? I probably would not like it. But, I mean, if someone else wants tuna on a pizza, who am I to judge? You know? I'm not gonna judge someone based off of the weird pizza toppings. Burnt, I like mine charcoal. So you drown yours in the flames of Satan. But yeah, I remember, yeah, Royal Blue took a survey and found this like picture graph. Oh, damn it. I ran around the thing. Oh, it's fine. Like she took a survey of like anyone in her chat, and it was like a scale of like 1 to 10, and it was a kind of a gradual, not anything, lightly toasted, and just progressively got more like golden, and then it became charred. And everyone was on like the back half of like, they wanted at least some kind of burn to it. And I was just over on the opposite side, like, here's my lightly toasted mallow. Man. Apparently I'm alone in my mallow toasting. But hey, what can you do? Mint chocolate pizza. Oh, speaking of like chocolate pizza, anyone had those Lunchables that were like the dessert pizzas that had like the chocolate fudge on them, and then you can put like M&Ms on it? Anyone remember those Lunchables? I don't know what Lunchables are doing nowadays. I don't know. I haven't had to buy Lunchables in a long time, but I remember growing up, Lunchables were the shit. Like, if you brought a Lunchable to school, you were the cool kid. You were the cool kid. So, yeah. Yeah, I remember the nacho Lunchables were one of my favorites. The pizza one was pretty good. The cheese and crackers were also really good. But yeah, I remember like this dessert pizza one, and you know, you just build your own pizza and you put like the chocolate fudge on it, and you could put like M&Ms and stuff. I specifically remember that because we've gotten it a few times. So anyone remember those, or am I just crazy? Sometimes I feel like I'm crazy. Got judged about it a lot for some reason. They'll look at me strangely and be like, why would you eat that? I bet you those are the same people that would totally bash pineapple on pizza. It's like, dude, no. No, let people enjoy food that they enjoy. Also, weird food combination. I like to, from time to time, I like to dip my mozzarella sticks in ice cream. So, yeah, weird food combinations for the win. And no, I would not be pregnant. I would just do that unironically. Listen, I don't care what's on the pizza. If I don't like it, I'll pick it off and still eat it. Yep, pretty much. Alright, we gotta defend. I feel like golden brown marshmallows, but I never get it right. It ends up half white, half burnt. Yeah, that's kind of how Allie's marshmallows would be. And when Allie was younger, Allie has a cousin who is 6 months older than her, so they're pretty close. When they were about Riley's age, I'm blocking you. I set the screen. He passed to himself. Yeah, when Allie and her cousin were about Riley's age, so when they're about like 4, and they first had experience making s'mores. Her cousin loved roasting the marshmallows, but hated eating them. Allie loved eating them, but hated roasting the marshmallows. So they had like a system. Her cousin would go roast the marshmallows and make the s'more, and Allie would eat them. They had a pretty good system going back then. Standard last 5 turns procedures. All red and blue spaces are doubled, and if you pass by Koopa Troopa, you get 20 coins instead of 10. Who is here? It's Bowser. Hi, Bowser. Oh, I needed my money. I kind of needed this money. Spoilers, those are the same people. Bet it's Oreo flavored. Love that. Am I biting Kit Kats like a cookie? That is wrong. That is so wrong. Just, you get the thing of like the 4 Kit Kats and you just bite into all of them with like one big bite mark on them? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Ooh. Nice. I got my money back. Kinda. Win-win system, exactly. It was a pretty smart system. But now, you know, they're both 10. You know, they roast their own marshmallows and make their own s'mores. So, yeah. Yeah, Allie kind of had that problem because, like, she had lit one on fire and it was, like, really burnt, and she didn't like the taste of the burn. And it's like, alright, well, let's just learn for next time. Don't have it light, or, like, if it lights on fire, blow it out immediately. And then she kind of ran into that problem again. But it's a... I feel like toasting marshmallows has become an art of some kind, you know? But yeah, Allie and her cousin are pretty opposite in a lot of ways. Again, 6 months apart. Even, you know, 6 months apart, so even their astrological sun signs are, you know, opposite. They're sister signs. Gemini and Sagittarius. So, yeah, and even, like, other signs around them, you know, they have the same rising sign, I believe, but planets and stuff within them, they're completely different. So they are pretty opposite at times, but also really similar. They argued a lot when they were younger. They butted heads quite a bit. But I think now they're older, they get along a little bit better. Yeah, they're a little older. They don't see each other quite as often. I think that's kind of changing a little bit because I can't say, wow, 50, that's insane. I can't say too much, but, like, you know, some kids kind of need a little extra, you know, love and care, you know? So yeah, I think they're working on spending more quality time together, and I think it's for the best. And that's a train in the background. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pretty loud. He's flopping. I remember I was in 8th grade. 8th grade volleyball, to be specific. We were working on specific drills, working on diving. Like digging drills. Like dig for the, you know, the ball. And, like, you know, diving. And I was always the one that would always, like, dive for the ball. I would go the extra mile to save the play. You know, always going all out. You know, I was that one. I was that person. And I, like, after, like, 3 in a row of, like, you know, digging for, you know, the ball to keep the play alive. And, you know, sprawled out, because sometimes you gotta do that to save the play. And I got back in line, and there was this girl on the team that turned around and asked me, why do you fall on the floor all the time? In volleyball. And also in a drill where we're supposed to. Like, what do you mean, why do I fall on the floor all the time? I didn't play volleyball after 8th grade. I went out for girls' golf. So, and it's like, if I got roped into, like, some casual volleyball game, sure, I can still play, you know. Just with, like, any sport that I played growing up. Like, I can, you know, if you need an extra body for, you know, this casual basketball game, sure, I can join. You know, volleyball, I can join. Softball, oh, for sure. You know, softball was my jam. Because, like, I helped Allie with softball. So... excuse me. But I do remember. So we went from that being asked, why do you fall on the floor all the time, to literally the next year, freshman PE. We had a unit beginning of the year, and we played a game called Ultimate Volleyball. Because, you know, the volleyball nets would still be up for volleyball season, duh. And Ultimate Volleyball was essentially, we played a big game of volleyball across both courts. It was really fun. And why? How can they hit me when I am jumped up into the air? How? Maybe, okay, I have a theory now. Oh, I am out of money. I'm out of money. You know what? Fuck it. Take my money. Take my money. End it. Yeah, it was just, you know, one big game of volleyball across both courts. Now, remember, I would always go all out, and I'd be saving the play, you know, doing anything to save the play, and these guys loved it. They're like, yeah, you're a fucking beast. Like, you're a freaking beast. You know? So they called me a beast in freshman PE because I would always go all out with the sports and everything. So, yeah, I think it's just a, you know, one of those things. You know, it's like a female friendship and male friendship thing, I guess. I don't know. Because, again, going out for, you know, volleyball, like 8th grade volleyball, you know, a team full of all girls, I got asked, why do you fall on the floor all the time? To literally the next year with a bunch of guys being like, yeah, you're a freaking beast. You're so cool. You know? So... And it's like, there's a lot of things about, like, my personality and events throughout, like, high school that probably would categorize me as a pick-me. And there were some thoughts and feelings I had that probably would definitely put me in that category of pick-me. But a lot of it, like, my natural personality just meshes better with guys, or at least some people more like-minded to me. I'm, you know, I'm not, like, super girly and vengeful and petty, you know. I mean, I am petty. I do get vengeful, but, like, I'm not a, you know, I'm not like a, oh my god, he's such a loser. You know, I'm not like that. So... Yep. I didn't even notice. That's weird. That was weird. Stream just went down. What happened on your guys' end? Did it just like freeze for a second? It reconnected quickly, so I would imagine OBS just had a stroke. What happened on your guys' end? I'm curious. Cause I was just like reading chat, and then I see Johnny's OBS comment. Then I looked at OBS, and it said reconnection successful. So that was when I looked. You saw the email? Okay. How long? How long did you see it? How long did it go for? Internet was also being bad. I think so I thought it was on my end. No, I think it was on mine. A few seconds. Okay, that's not too bad. Because sometimes, because I have it set for, because it should keep one VOD. Because it gets really annoying when it disconnects for so long and then tries to reconnect and it splits up the VOD. That gets annoying for me because I upload my VODs to YouTube and I don't have enough storage to... I don't have enough storage to like innately record all my streams. I wish I did. Cause then my VODs won't get interrupted. Cause the one day I did whatever beach episode it was. it split up into 3, and that got really annoying for me. Because I had to split it in 3 parts. But I think if it's only disconnected for a few seconds, it shouldn't mess with the VOD? Oh, that was too early. Yeah. It shouldn't mess with it. And the thing is, like, my laptop doesn't have a whole lot of storage. So even if I, you know, got my stuff, like, downloaded and put into a video editing software, I don't think my laptop has enough storage to save anything. That's the problem that I face. That's why I need a new laptop. That's why I'm trying to save money for a laptop. Because it not only lets me do more things for stream, it also lets me do things more in convenience for myself, too. What can I do? That's Bowser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can do a few things. Like land on the blue space. So, few seconds, maybe 5, okay. There's been a slight lag from break time on. Messages don't appear right away in the video. Okay, That is weird. And I noticed when I swapped over to the BRB screen, it lagged a little bit. It lagged a little bit, and I usually, you know, make sure things don't. Sometimes it's just, OBS just doesn't want to cooperate with me. So I guess today is just one of those days where it doesn't want to cooperate, which, you know, it's whatever. Yeah, I'm actually the same issue, I need more storage. Yeah. Because, like, I even, like, go through and, like, I delete a lot of things regularly. So, but yeah, I need, like, an external hard drive or something. Because, like, I would love to just, like, you know, record my streams along with streaming them. You know, like, I would love to do that, but, like, my laptop just isn't powerful enough. Because I tried to do that a few years ago, because there was, one Xenoblade 3 stream. So this was, you know, 3 years ago. I did that, and I think, like, partway through the recording, I ran out of storage. So I never did that again. So usually when my VODs get broken up for, you know, reasons, I usually mark them with a, you know, part 1 out of 2 and 2 out of 2. I usually mark it like that in the stream VOD title when I put them on YouTube. I'm also behind again. I need to catch up. I'll probably work on that tonight or something. But yeah. I do want a new laptop. I've been needing a new laptop. Again, for lots of different reasons. GameStar goes to me. Hello, it is I, Yoshi. Because, like, a second laptop, at least, would, you know, definitely benefit me for several different reasons. That's why I want to save money for one. Mario and DK. I believe I won. So I have 1 star above DK. High-end or gaming laptop or desktop are better for editing since it requires a lot of CPU and GPU power. Yeah, but also it's like, I know some laptops get super expensive. So I know my sub goal isn't like the best for it, but I want to like save money to get a new one. Because again, everything's so expensive. Even just like something that is just like kind of a blank slate, you know, with all the storage that I would need, you know, that would be perfect. You know, so I could just have a blank slate, do what I need to do with it, and then we're good. So, but I am also not a very tech-savvy person. I do have several people in my life that I can consult for tech needs. My oldest brother is an IT guy, and he is very, very tech-savvy. He's very knowledgeable. So, budgets, I honestly couldn't tell you. I haven't looked in a while. But also, trying to save money, I don't even know what we're looking at. Because there's just a lot of different things right now. Because, like, I'll look at, like, laptops, and some of them are, like, you know, about $300, $400, and then I see, like, the big, gaming stuff for, like, $1,000. I'm like, ugh. Mini games, 374, 212. I had the least amount of happening spaces. I know DK had a bunch. Had some one player, chance times. My both mushrooms were bad. And a Bowser. Alright. Not too bad. I know the stream length is still less than 3 hours, but the time we're at right now, it's 3:10 in the afternoon, and Riley gets out of school at 3:45. And today was her show and tell day, so I wonder how that went. $3,000 gaming mouse pads and shit, earbuds. I did used to have like $5 earbuds for my headphones. I did used to do that until Gihan, Blue's husband, Gihan had an old pair of headphones that he's like, I don't use these anymore. I'll just send these to you. And so they got sent to me, and that's what I have been using. And they're really nice. So, yeah, so I have like actual headphones. And that was about, was it early? I don't remember exactly when it was, but yeah. Built my PC back in 2018. Need to upgrade soon because my CPU doesn't support Windows 11. Yeah, that was nice again. It really was, and I really appreciated it. But yeah, like, anytime, like, my laptop updates, like, you know, Windows updates, like, hey, you want to upgrade to Windows 11? I'm like, no! Because I have heard, if you upgrade from Windows 10 to 11, it, like, wrecks your computer. But if you just have a new computer that just starts with Windows 11, then it's okay. But yeah, I have heard that, like, Windows 11 just wrecks your computer if you just upgrade it from Windows 10. It's not very user-friendly, or I don't know exactly what it is, but that's what I kind of heard through, you know, the grapevine. That, like, if you upgrade from 10 to 11, it's not very good. Problem is Windows 10 no longer be supported after October. Yeah, I heard something about that a while ago, so that's gonna be fun. Yeah, I remember, once you switch to Linux, I'll probably look into that later, do some research. So, I mean, I've just been going with my laptop, who has affectionately been named Captain Waluigi. Oh, Captain Waluigi's holding on with a prayer. So, but yeah, I know it's, you know, only been 2 hours and 40 minutes, but, I think I'm gonna end it there, because it did start a little later, because I did have to run an errand. I did have to run an errand today, and I have to pick up my child in about half an hour, so I think I need some downtime. Nothing too bad, nothing too crazy, but, it's just a good time to end, so. Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff. So, let's see, Windows 11 harvests too much data, but there's awesome stuff I need Windows for. There are stuff we need Windows for. Yeah, it's kind of where I'm at right now, and I don't want to, like, wreck anything, because all of my stuff is, like, saved here. So, and I remember, a few years ago, back in 2017, I've had a couple laptops before the one that I use now. So, my very first laptop, it was, you know, kind of being a little slow. And like, and I got gifted a new one by my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, who is also a tech guy, but yeah, this is a little sour note-ish. He gifted me a new laptop, transferred all of my, all my stuff, And, like, I thought, just copied everything over to the new laptop and everything, peachy keen, right? And then, like, later in the evening or the next day or something, I had noticed that some of my files for some stories I was writing, like a chapter was missing. I'm like, oh no, a chapter's missing. Or like, I swore I had more written here than before. So let me boot up the old laptop, see what's missing, and just, copy from there. And then when I opened up my old laptop and booted it up, completely wiped clean. Without my knowledge. So it was wiped clean without my consent. Because my brother-in-law thought, oh, you can, just sell it for like $50. And, that wasn't what I wanted. So I had lost some things. And one of the stories that I was writing, because I reread it recently, because I only have like 12 chapters of it. And I was in the middle of chapter 12. And it was a story that I had started writing after my mom had died. So it was kind of like it helped me cope with those feelings. And I had lost all motivation to finish that story because my old laptop was wiped clean without my consent. I am still a little bitter about it to this day. And with the laptop I have now currently using, it was one of my aunt's old laptops because my aunt's like, oh, something's wrong with it. I'll just buy a new one. So she had like several old laptops, and the same brother-in-law, wiped one, and was like, I got a bunch of them. I was like, I'll take one, sure, why not? So that's the one I've been using, and I got this in 2020, I believe. So this laptop that I have is at least 5 years old, maybe a little more. I don't know how new it was when I got it, so that's my laptop history. So, yeah. Time to make extra backups. Yup, always have some backups. For sure. Because, I just really wished my old laptop was, like, left alone for the most part. And the other laptop that I have, the middle one, it is extremely slow, but it still works. You can still, like, boot up stuff, but it is very slow. Because I booted it up, like, a couple months ago. Because I had realized, oh shoot, I don't have, like, my wedding photos on this current laptop. So it's like, I want to fix that. So that's what I did, and I spent an entire evening doing that because it took so long for that old laptop to boot up. Oh, it was a pain in the butt. But I do have my wedding photos on my current laptop, and that was the goal. Because, like, I have photos posted on Facebook, but I don't have all of them posted. Because my mom had made a special request to not post any pictures of her on Facebook. And I honored that request. When I posted my wedding photos. Because my sister and my brother-in-law, when they had posted their wedding photos, one picture of mom, got through the cracks, and my mom was very upset. But also, here's a life lesson for you. If someone asks you not to post pictures of them on social media, honor that request. It takes 2 seconds to not post a picture. So, he's asked they want you to wipe. Yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't get asked. I think he just assumed. And you know what assuming does? It makes an ass out of you and me. But yeah, if someone asks to not be posted on social media, to not post pictures of them, like them or their children on social media, you should just honor that request. It's kind of why there's certain people I kind of stopped sending pictures to, because I just know it's gonna get posted on social media, and I'm always so afraid to say anything. And here's my thought with my pictures. Like, there's some family members that, you know, want to post pictures of my kids, and it's, you know, it's whatever in a way. Like, I don't care if you post your own pictures of my kids on social media. I care if you post my pictures on social media. Because if I send you a picture that I took, that is a private photo that I am sharing with you. I don't want it public on social media. So, it's like, yeah, you can show your friends stuff I send you, but don't post it on social media. So, I've got thoughts and feelings there. But anyway, that will be it for today. Oh, she's still live. She's still live. She's probably gonna go for a hot minute, maybe. Today is Sylvia's birthday. Today is Sylvia's birthday. We're gonna go raid her on her birthday. Post it on Miiverse then. Exactly. Just post it on Miiverse. What should our raid message be? I mean, we were on an island, and it's Sylvia's birthday. I mean, we could just go with the... We will add the please because, again, we have manners, and that's what Riley would want. We're gonna go happy birthday, please. We're gonna go raid Sylvia. Today is Sylvia's birthday, and also, the new Hollow Knight came out today. Not really my kind of game, but I know a lot of people were very excited for it, Sylvia included, and it came out on her birthday, so that's an extra good for her. So we're gonna go raid her and tell her happy birthday because we're awesome people. But yeah, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow we will have Riley here. Tomorrow is Banjo-Tooie. We are on track to beat the game. I did look up some of the extra stuff, and I kind of hate how this guide that I was looking at was set up. I hate it because I got spoiled on something. I'm like, I wish I wasn't spoiled on it. But I mean, I'll get to see it with my own eyes for the first time tomorrow, probably. But, yeah, I wish I wasn't spoiled on it. So, but we'll worry about that tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Tooie. Come back around to Monday, which is Xenoblade X. Tuesday's more Mario Party. I think next board is Wario's Battle Canyon. Yeah. So, yeah. Mondays are Xenoblade Chronicles X, Tuesdays and Thursdays. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. So, yeah, thank you everyone for coming out and hanging out, and we will see you next time.